All right, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Together Achieving Greatness here on this Sunday morning. If you are catching this live or today, if you're catching the replay, thanks for that as well. But before we get into today's episode, I just want to let you know or ask you to please subscribe to my channel. And if you are liking the videos, enjoying the videos, getting something that you can use and utilize from the videos, then like the video, please. It helps me spread the word, get more people, get more eyes, more ears on my content. So ultimately, I can help more people. But today, we want to jump into youth, the kids. One of my big joys in life is working with kids and helping kids, whether that be when I'm teaching or coaching. So, and I consider both, they're the same thing. Coaching and teaching go hand in hand. A good coach is a good teacher. A good teacher is a good coach. Working with kids is one of the biggest rewarding careers, things you can do is working with kids. The payback is not just in, yes, with my coaching, with TAG, I want to make money doing it. But the biggest reward is actually working with the kids and seeing them do well and seeing them start to enjoy fitness and health and taking training and seeing them grow, whether that's working with getting stronger, getting faster, or just moving better, or a lot of times it's just building that confidence that they didn't have when they start working. And that's a lot of things that you can get from training and exercise. And it is so important that kids get involved in fitness and health and wellness, eating better, knowing the importance of sleep, drinking water earlier in life, because they're more likely to take these habits, these behaviors, or the eating well, the exercise. They're more likely to turn these into habits and behaviors. They're going to stick with them long term, because ultimately that is what we want. There is no end line. There's no finish line in sight for your fitness, for your wellness, for your health. It should last your entire life. And the younger you start, the healthier you're going to be the rest of your life, the better life you're going to have the rest of your life, and you're going to thrive and you're going to live optimally. And you can't do that without training, exercise, sleeping, and nutrition. And it is so important for kids these days to get more active, get more involved, and do these things, because being a teacher, you see like how, especially when we had the pandemic, how out of shape and kids just weren't able to do things like the physical activities and keep up and just run around and be kids and be active. They get tired a lot. They look like a lot of them like our older people who are out of breath going up the stairs or walking down the hallway, playing a game of tag, whatever it may be. And it shouldn't be that way. A lot of people attribute that to video games and movies and TV, and no, that's not the biggest reason. The biggest reason is parents and teachers in school, and not having activities and being more active. You have them sitting all day in school, and rather than get up and move around and things like that, and parents not getting them and not showing them that exercise is not a punishment. And that's one thing that comes from sports, is exercise is thought of as a punishment so much, and it should not be that way. It should be taught and show that it is a reward. And your role as a parent, as a uncle, as a teacher, as someone who kids look up to and they see, it's not just telling, because a lot of times kids aren't going to listen. If you know, you've probably been a kid yourself, you don't listen to parents half the time. And if you have kids or you work with kids, they don't listen most of the time. But if they see you doing it, if you show them and they see you eating well and enjoying exercising and going to bed early and sleeping a good long time, then they're going to want to do that, because they see, oh, dad or mom is looking strong and healthy and fit and fast and in shape and happy. Then they want to do that because they see you do it. It's that show, and because again, they don't always listen, but they always see what we're doing as adults, as role models. And although I'm not a parent yet, I do work with a lot of kids at school, and just the things they tell you, and they look up to you. And whether that's because I play baseball for the local team here, or it's just because you're an adult and they like your beard or whatever it is. So it's crazy how much like kids look up to you, especially when you, and there's nothing more powerful than that, and then making a kid smile, or making sure that you made their day, or that they tell you that you're their favorite substitute teacher, or that they told you they're the nicest teacher you've ever had. It's things like that that make it all worthwhile in the end. And it's ultimately about getting the kids involved younger. And this isn't necessarily saying that kids have to start powerlifting or lifting heavy weights or anything like that right away, or being super set in all these, pick one sport right at the age of 3 and then only do that sport for the rest of their lives. No, that's not what I'm saying, because sports are great. I think sports are the best way for learn. I learned more through sports than I ever did in any schooling. Sports teach you all the lessons you need, especially sports like football, baseball, and basketball. Those are the ones I played. But you learn so many more lessons, life lessons, skills. You're around a variety of different people and teammates, especially team sports, that you won't learn in school, and that apply more to real life than learning the history of the world, even though history is one of my favorite subjects. But learning history, or learning calculus, or any of this stuff you're never going to use in real life. You learn these skills from sports and stuff like that, and that's why I think it is so important to get involved younger and being active, because that's going to take you farther in life than any real school stuff. A lot of these subjects you do in school, you're going to need these active and learning to live a healthy life. And that's not saying that you can't play video games. I'm a huge gamer. I love video games. And video games and TV is not the problem. It's not the cause of our obesity rates and stuff, especially in the youth going up. It's the lack of doing anything. You can do both. You can play video games. You can play sports. I've done that for 33 years, probably 30 years of my life. And it is possible. You can do both. It's about prioritizing and making sure. It's a lot of times it's that they think that exercise, that eating healthy is a punishment. You look at the sports where you're making kids run miles and miles and miles, and all they're doing is getting tired and getting hurt, or they make a mistake. You made an error on that play. You missed that ground ball. Do 10 push-ups. That's the stupidest crap in the world. That is not going to help anyone. That's not. You don't punish by using exercise. Same way as nutrition. Eat your vegetables. Those types of things. And they see that as punishment because they don't think it's good and stuff like that. So it's important to show them that these are a reward, that the benefits they're going to get from doing these things outweigh the negatives. And because there aren't really negatives. I mean, I don't think there's any negatives with training and exercise. I mean, unless it becomes like super encompassing and overtaking your life. Other than that, it's great. It needs to fit the lifestyle, and it needs to get started at a young age. Kids need the opportunity to be involved in fitness and quality nutrition. And the younger they start, the more likely it's going to carry on and be a part of the rest of their life. Why do they need exercise? Because it builds them strength, it builds speed, it builds coordination. But more importantly, they're going to feel better. They're going to move better. They're going to build confidence. That's one of the biggest things I see, is that confidence. Like a kid comes in, kind of maybe he's a scrawny, scraggly, shy kid, and then he starts lifting weights. He gets a little bigger and stronger. Starts walking with a little more confidence. You can see it in their face. Those types of things are awesome. And I'm talking like the really younger kids. I mean, like say like 5 to 11, those elementary school kids, get them involved early, and it doesn't have to be lifting a lot of weight. And it's more important for them to learn how to move properly, learn to move, and learn to love moving and being active. Some recommendations I have for as far as what you shouldn't do with kids is overwhelm them by just forcing them to do stuff, forcing them to throw everything at them at once, make it like this is do or die type of thing. Don't make it a punishment. Like I said, that's the worst thing you can do. Exercise, eating well, that's not a punishment. That's a reward. It's a reward for your body. It's a reward for your life. And it's ultimately going to help you or them live a better life. Don't have them copy some pro or college athlete program. You see all these or crazy Instagram crap that you see, or social media stuff that you see people bouncing on balls and doing all this stupid garbage that no one should really be doing. And especially a youth athlete. Yes, there are great pro or college athlete programs out there, but by no means should a elementary school kid be doing the same thing, because they are obviously not ready for that type of stuff. So don't have them do an endless amount of running or a bazillion reps. Here, do 500 push-ups or whatever, maybe 100. They don't need that stuff. They don't need to specialize in one sport or one position super early. Now, if they end up growing into just one sport, that's fine, but get them involved in other things. Don't push them over the limit. Don't shame, blame, or guilt them. And don't turn it into conditioning. Like I said, the endless running, where they're just all you're doing is tiring. That's the thing with most sports. Even in the high school, in college, it's pretty poor for the majority. There's a lot of good ones out there, but there's a lot of bad ones out there too, where it's all conditioning. You don't want to just do that, because that's not getting them any better. It's just making them tired. But what should you do? Join in. Show them. Like I said before, don't just tell them. Show them that exercise, that eating well, it can be fun, it can be good, it can be delicious. It doesn't have to be just raw vegetables all the time. It can be, you can make healthier smoothies or desserts or meals and stuff like that. Make it fun. Make games. One of the best things I do, especially when I'm subbing Phi-Ed class, is tag. I mean, no pun intended with the name, but tag is one of the best games you can play. Make games out of it. Some of my youth athletes that I train, at the end of our warm-ups, will do spike ball or other games. Just make it fun. Make it a competition. Have them compete against each other. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be overly complex. Learn the basic movements. That's a great way to start. Learning to squat, learning to push, a pull, hinging, lunging, sprinting, jumping. Simple. It doesn't need to be these complex training plans. Simpler is better, not just for youth, even for older people. Simpler is going to be better. Again, playing games and using challenges, because that's what makes it fun. You disguise the exercise in the games, where they don't realize, oh, we're getting a good workout, but we're playing a game. So that is huge. Encourage them. Encourage their effort. Make sure you're telling them good job or keep it up, those types of things, instead of just yelling and screaming, because yelling and screaming does not get, majority of people are not going to react positively to that. Instead of using weights and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, you can use weights, but make sure they're ready to use the weights, and they should have a good coach to teach them proper form and stuff like that before they start trying to lift a ton of weight. But you can use other things like playground equipment. Have them climb the monkey bars are one of the best things people can do. I know my niece loves the monkey bars, and you can see how the confidence they get when they're playing on those, and then they're jumping off them. Next thing you know, they're doing all this crazy stuff, being kids, and just they don't realize that is exercising. So use things like the playground equipment, balls, cones, have them climb trees, all these different things that you can do that they're just being kids and being active. Use things they enjoy. Maybe they like playing dodgeball or kickball or whatever it is. Use things that they enjoy. Again, falling into the game category. Let them fall down. Let them fail. That's huge. Don't baby them. Yes, if they fall down and get hurt, take care of them. But let them fall down, pick themselves back up. Because as we go through life, we learn, we fail. We learn, we fail. If you're not failing, you're not going to succeed. So let them fall down, let them fail. That is huge. Learn the movements before the maxes. Like I said before, learning to squat, learning to hip hinge, learning to push, pull, lunge, sprint. Do these things, get that form down, get them moving fluidly, confidently, and then you start adding in the weights as they progress. It's not, you don't need to start them under a barbell and have them squatting with the barbell back squat before they've ever even done a body weight squat or anything like that. So it's just important like that to not crush them and injure them. You want to make sure they're moving properly. This is for youth. It's for older people too who are just starting out. Master those movements before you move on to the maxes. Include things like hopping, jumping, skipping, jump rope, running, sprinting, rolling, crawling, lifting, throwing, squatting, pushing, pulling, bending, balancing, swimming. All these different activities that you should be using in order to help kids exercise, help them train better, and just get more active. Because I believe that kids should be introduced to proper fitness early in life, teaching them that it is a reward and not a punishment. That is the biggest thing. I can't stress that enough. Because growing up, I was always taught or emphasized that this is a punishment. You got to run because you made a mistake. You got to do push-ups. You got to do sit-ups because you missed that fly ball or whatever it may be. So it is so huge. And being able to teach and work with kids, it just brings out a passion, a joy that I have it invigorates me to keep going and build tag to the biggest thing I can make it, and helping as many, not only adults, but kids as well, because that's where the foundation is. Start them young so they can bring that as they get older and then pass that along to future generations. That's the only way we're going to make any dent in this kind of obesity or health scare or whatever laziness that we have in society, unhealthiness that we have in society right now, is by starting with the youth and having them learn and grow and know that fitness, that nutrition, that sleeping, stress management, mental health, it all starts with being young, getting active, and doing it that way. And it is a reward and not a punishment whatsoever. If you're teaching kids it as a punishment, shame on you for putting that in their heads, because kids should want to get out. They should want to go out for recess. I hate when the kids go, oh, can we stay inside for recess? No. You're going outside. You're going more Phi-Ed. They should have more activities during the day. So that is huge. It's because these things, you're going to need this the rest of your life. You don't need calculus or anything like that the rest of your life. I'm sorry. But you're just never going to use that stuff in the rest of your life. You're going to use your legs. You're going to use your arms. You're going to use your trunk, your core, your back. You're going to use this stuff the rest of your life. You should learn to eat well, because that's going to help build all this other stuff, build your body from the inside out. You should learn to sleep, because that is the best thing you can do for yourself is sleep. So again, teaching them young, showing, a lot of times it's showing, not just telling, getting them involved, getting them active, find them a good coach or a good program to get involved in if they don't have those offerings at school, because a lot of them don't. And it's sad, because they should. All kids should deserve the opportunity to be active, get involved, do youth sports, go to the playground, go swimming, whatever it may be. And that is why the summer we're running the TAG youth camps, looking to do 3 camps, one in June, one in July, one in August, for ages 5 to 13-year-olds. Get them involved, get them active, and have them have fun, make friends, and make memories in the summer. Because that's what it's really all about, is just having fun and being active, getting outside, getting that fresh air, getting that sun, moving, learning to move, but they're not really going to realize it because it's going to be a lot of games. It's going to be a lot of just fun activities for them. And while teaching them how to properly move, build strength, get faster, build confidence, and just unleash greatness in their young lives that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. And if you are interested in that, send me a DM, or not a DM on here. You can message me below, comment below, or send me an email at tagpn.com. I will also post the website where you can get more information on that as well. So again, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to my page and like any videos that you are enjoying and taking information away from. Again, thank you for watching, guys, and we will talk to you next time.